Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston, Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up. We got a special guest here. But first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. High today 64, low 48, water temperature 63.3 to be exact. So it's a little warmer this week than it has been in previous weeks. So I don't think we got a warming trend, just maybe one of those little currents coming through. Our river readings, we're looking at Apalachicola at Bluntstown. We talked about it being high yesterday. It's high today. It is reading right at 17 feet. Now it looks like it's going to level out some. The Apalachicola is in steady shape, I guess we'd say. Now going down to the Choctawhatchee River at Caryville, it's at 11 foot, and it's getting ready to start dropping out a little bit. But we got some more rain coming. Guess what? This weekend for all of our outdoor enthusiasts, they calling for rain Saturday. So we'll wait and see. A lot of times they miss it, but hopefully they'll miss it this time. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at a low tide at 5:05 this morning and a high tide at 6:58 tonight. And a wind direction be out of northeast about 7, then sort of swinging around out of the east. So it's sort of a negligible wind direction today. So it's been some pretty afternoons lately. And I hope you're getting ready to watch it and look at that moon this week. It's really a beautiful moon this time. We've got a full moon coming Friday. Let's take a break, come back with our guest. All right, welcome back, and look who's here. I haven't seen him since last year, Daniel Cole.
Oh, a long time ago.
I know it, man.
How's it going, bud?
You're our first guest of the year, so we're glad.
Oh, well, hey, that is really special.
I'm telling you. So we sit here, always great to have you. Sit here talking about deer hunting, and we got all kinds of things to talk about, but you, like so many people, you've been so busy,
I hadn't had time, and plus, this illness going around, this flu.
Y'all all got a flu, didn't you?
Yeah, the whole family had been bad, but.
Well, good deal.
Try to get on top of that.
Well, I'm glad I say good deal because I'm glad you're feeling better.
Oh, absolutely, yes, sir.
But your lease up there, they're getting some fine bucks.
Well, around the area, they're killing the best bucks I've seen in years. Mm-hmm. And I would like to say hats off to all the good ethical hunters out there who are, doing their homework. They're killing real deer. I mean, I think about Ben Still, man. He's killed some amazing deer this year. Hats off to you, buddy, and several others. And a friend of mine, he killed a really nice one. For our area, we're seeing the biggest deer I think we've seen in several years.
Yeah. And, we sort of talked about this last year, and it's proven exactly what we said. Nobody hunted heavy last year, and those deer got a year older.
You couldn't get around.
And they got a year older. And
everything was clogged up with trees,
And that goes to show if you let them walk, they will grow. Let them go, they will grow. And
well, that's a fact. You shoot your little 4 and 6 points, you will never have 8, 10 points.
I know it. And I've seen a lot of, and you hit the key too a while ago. You said that your lease and the neighbor's lease, you and the neighbor both had a rule, and that's the key to it, getting the neighbors sort of all buying into that.
Well, and I think that, a lot of people are starting to see the wisdom in that. And what I'm really proud of is, I think my whole life I've heard, in Florida, we'll never see those size deer. Mm-hmm. So just take what you can get. And it proves that is, faulty reasoning.
That's true.
And I'll say this too, I mean, I'm not real happy about all the new FWC regs as far as limiting what we can get, but having seen the results we have from just 1 year off of hunting, I expect our hunting scores for the size of the deer, the size, it's not all about horns. Mm-hmm. You can kill a 100-pound deer, you can kill 200-pound deer. You doubled your meat intake.
I know.
And that's what we're really out there for.
We're talking about the little 4 points and 6 points, Only people shoot them, maybe little kids shooting their first buck or something. Everything else, we should all let them walk.
Yeah. And I mean, my first spike was legal, but it was my first,
we did
the first shot with a bow in the wild, my first shot with that. So it's like, I didn't know much, and I was glad to get anything. So I understand anybody having that excitement. Mm-hmm. But as we grow as hunters and mature,
You hit a nail on the head. In my garage, I've got my collection of antlers, and I've got a few little spikes on there that I got as a young person, but you couldn't pay me to do it now. Y'all feed your deer, right? Y'all got feeders and all that?
No, we don't. We absolutely don't. We've got a couple little food plots here and there that are really just volunteer from the year before last, because we didn't do anything last year but cut trees and move, clear roads. But,
yes, I remember.
And then, wherever spots are, it's just up to the individual.
And how many acres do y'all have?
We've got 400 acres, and we butt up against another one that's got 400 acres.
That's ideal, yeah.
So, it's paper company, or woodland company. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know how good that'll be next year, because I imagine at some point they'll start stripping all the dead stuff out, planting new.
Oh, yeah.
They'll probably turn everything upside down again.
Yeah.
But for now, it's been good for us.
Been good. Well, speaking of feeding deer, I had this on yesterday, and I took mine apart so I could bring y'all. I just showed you the video before the show. Remember yesterday we showed the bees getting after that apple corn in the feeder, and I've shared it with some other people and everybody like us. We're just amazed with it. And so here's what happened for you folks who don't have a feeder and understand how they work. I brought mine to show you. Picture the corn barrel, the barrel with the corn above this, and this is like a little spinning blade, okay? That's aluminum, lightweight, you've seen them. So the corn comes in here and you put your timer, turn it, it's called On Time, and that's one of the original ones.
That's what I have.
Yeah, they're good ones.
I hadn't used it in years, but that's the brand I've got.
Why didn't we invent this? Because they sold a bunch of them.
Woo.
It's a simple process, and it's battery powered, and the batteries last all season. But anyway, it'll come on, you set the time, say at 8:30 in the morning or 4:30 in the afternoon, whatever, and it'll come on, you can spin it for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, okay? And so mine was set up, but this, Lester, on the video yesterday, what was happening, he had it coming off in the afternoon, but what was happening, the bees found it, as you saw in the video, and they came light on this, and what happened, they just got on here, got so excited, and this thing just kept turning. It just kept turning. All day long, and in 2 days, so he didn't have a way to stop. So in 2 days, he lost 90 pounds of apple corn. And you saw the picture, but I just thought, I talked to people and shared it with people, and everybody just shook their head and hadn't heard of that. And now people have gone to apple corn because of the bears.
Right.
Like we said, because supposedly bears don't eat apple corn. And have any of you?
But the bees do.
The bees do. So take the bear to bees. At least the bees won't.
I'll take the bees.
I'll take the bees over the bears.
They're gonna make some good honey out of that.
That's true. That's true. So anyway, he's back to regular corn now. But I wanted to just share you what we talked about yesterday on that video. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with Daniel. Welcome back. We're getting all our electronics and all put together, synchronizing ourselves. He's got a good picture we want to show, and he's going to send it to us, and we're going to get it to you in a second. But we want to, I want to go ahead and we're going to add some more names. Okay, y'all are good about what he's finding. I want to add Jackie Watson in Funiac Springs, Michelle Brown up there in Chipley. Okay, Gloria Posey and James Posey. Okay, and Harold. I think Panama City folks. Bella Melvin, got a Melvin family up there in Fountain. Lexi Melvin, they won good last year. There's some good outdoor folks. Lexi Melvin, we got Donna Melvin, Joey Melvin, Sean Pittman. Sean's a good fisherman. Shannon Newsom, Shannon and Billy Joe up there in Youngstown. Lori Viewers there and John Ray. Okay, so it's going to be full up before you know it. So just keep sending them. I'll get them all kind of ways and everything, but we'll, you got it yet? Or?
I'm still working on it.
Okay, that's fine. One of the things too, we've got, we want to go ahead, I want to show a picture. Well, I'll tell you while you're looking, let me go ahead and I'm going to read this email because it's fascinating. Speaking of Shannon and Billy Joe Newsom, a lot of y'all send me a little, when you email me, send a little note along, and I really appreciate it. I just don't have time to read them all, but this one sort of stood out as far as because it's sort of humorous and because you can identify with it. Happy New Year. Please add Billy Joe Newsom and Shannon Newsom of Youngstown to the famous cookie jar. Also, thanks to your show and C&G Sporting Goods, we are hooked on this 5-point camera. It has been quite and experience. Here's what she's talking about now. Sitting in one stand, and then the camera sends a picture of a buck in the other stand, okay? Or decide to play in the morn and hunt in the afternoon and receive a picture that morning of a big buck instead of me being in the stand. Then the worst, showing a picture as you enter your stand pre-dawn, only to have him leave when you're as you're stepping in. The camera shows him leaving. The camera sure has given us some laughs. Thanks for talking about them on your show, and thanks to your sponsor C&G for being so helpful in setting up the cameras, and they have been helpful in setting them up. So that I understand, Shannon and Billy Joe. Gail and I just been fascinated looking at the pictures at different times, and we don't have as many bears as we had because the bears we took the corn away from them, so they're not coming anymore. So
I went down to get one of those the other day, and they were sold out.
There you go.
So I was like, I wanted to get one because I can't go very often, but you'd like to know what's going on when you know.
I know, and
because if there's nothing walking in front of your camera, this isn't driving.
It's fascinating. The coyotes and the raccoons. And,
oh wow,
and
we've seen a mess of those this year. Yeah.
And we're looking forward to when the season ends. I'm gonna move around different places, maybe down by the creek, and just naturally see what's coming in naturally down by the creek, and moving to different places. And when you're out of town, maybe put it at the house or something. And
sure.
I mean, you move it around.
Sure, that is nice.
So, do any of your folks up there on your lease, do any of them have one?
No, they don't have one of those yet. They have the the old kind like everybody's got, and I do. I just was going to splurge this year and get one. So,
yeah. Well,
the years you don't have time to go. That's when you buy the nicest stuff to go.
I know.
Can't go.
I know, but she hit the nail on the head as far as you say, man. I know the last buck. I should have been up there. Now we've seen our bucks like at 2:30 in the morning, and then we saw one at like at 9 o'clock in the morning the other day. It's just weird. So you got to get a pattern. I know we're talking about the big bucks being taken. People are figuring out their pattern, and so y'all are seeing that. I know.
Yeah.
But,
so anyway, you've got. He sent 4 pictures for you.
Sent them on email. Okay.
Yeah, they're on.
I'm gonna go ahead and put them up. Y'all just be patient with us. And again, the size of the bucks being taken have been fascinating to us.
Well, the unofficial is 134.5 inches.
134. Wow.
I think the biggest one I ever killed was 120.
Goodness gracious. Now,
but it was with a bow, so it was special.
Okay. Okay, there's one. We got them up there, Jeff? Okay, 2. Man, he sent 4 pictures. Okay, you watching it as it unload them. All right, there we go. Man, look at the size of that. Now, what's his name?
We're not gonna give any names.
Oh, okay, you don't want to. Okay, secret name. Look at the size of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what time of day that he took it?
That one was about 8 in the morning, I think.
8 in the morning, see?
Yep.
Man. I got one more. All right, that's a good shot there. Again, I go to show you, if you let them go, they'll grow.
Yep.
Have you talked? I know you got buddies on other leases and all. Have you talked to any of them about what's going on? Are any of them doing good?
Everybody is, literally everybody I know. It's funny, I haven't seen as many deer killed this year as I'm used to seeing, but the ones that are quality. This, I don't agree with this 2 doe days twice a year, but because it never fails in our part of the country. The weather's not good for it, and we won't see anything, but that was what surprised me the most, was how few does were taken in our area.
You got a good point there. There were not many taken at all.
So and we're overpopulated with them. If you have your doe to buck ratio is pretty level, then deer are moving around. You're going to see more big bucks. But when you get too many does, then they can lay in the thicket all night. You'll never see them. They still breed at night, do everything they're going to do, but the quality of bucks, you just don't get it. So you need to even that out some.
That's a good point. All right, we're going to take a final break. We'll come back. We got a boat accident. We finished our hunting segment, so we're going to go into the boating
That's right.
segment.
I'm here to talk about boats.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about boats. By the way, I got a good little a good video, a good picture of a bad wreck. So we'll take a break and be right back. Welcome back. So we're our boat expert, Daniel Cole, but we're talking about hunting. But so we're going to get some boats, okay? Let's look at our fishing game.
We'll do some boats.
Okay. Fishing game time. Blue Water Outriggers looking at 9:52 a.m. to 11:52, and this evening 10:17 to 12:17. And I was down here neck of the woods in Apalachicola. Miguel and I were, and went out to Blue Parrot and had a meal out there. And we talked about it on yesterday's show. But Apalachicola, during the holidays, they were just booming with people. Tourists coming down. It still fascinates me how many people come there.
Well, it's so warm.
Yeah. Now, I recommend people, if you have a day in the wintertime, just want to get away, to go down to Apalachicola and get a meal at St. George Island and all that. And you won't run anybody, because all the folks up are from Atlanta and South Georgia.
I grew up there, and I go to Appalachia. I don't see anybody I know.
Yeah, so
everybody's transplanted, and I guess maybe the people we all went to school with, maybe we're older and just don't recognize each other as much. But
and I was laughing because
I look when I go.
I said, well, this is funny. These people are driving 5 hours, and most people that live an hour away want to drive down there. But these people, they must know something we don't know.
Yeah,
they appreciate it. And we appreciate it too. Let's get this boating accident, and this is basically, it was a long story on it, and I had it, it was up at Lake Seminole, and I'm going to show you, this is the end result. Daniel, this don't look good. What?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, I see it on this screen now.
So we got it there, and then I'm going to show you another picture. Obviously, Lake Seminole is known for this kind of stuff. Didn't you say you had some relatives up there?
Yeah, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law used to live up there, and that whole lake is slammed full of stumps. There's places I see people run through there. Wow.
And they got it out of the boat ramp. Now, in a situation like this, the first thing I think about, of course, I know the motor's pretty well shot, but now, will this crack the hull or anything, or is it pretty well separated? And when you see something like this,
I would expect so, seeing that amount of damage, because they've actually broke the bracket.
Okay, and I understand from what I've read and all.
And the foot's totally gone.
It is gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
So obviously they were going fast.
Yeah.
So I think they mentioned it might have been going around 60 miles per hour. Now, these big bass boats, they're built to go like that. I mean,
they are.
And he's got it.
I hope he wasn't injured. I didn't read the article, so.
No, I think he had his life jacket on, and I think, let's see, that's another picture of it. He's checking it out. And that's at a boat ramp there.
Smart man.
He
fishing by yourself. There's no reason not to put a life jacket on.
Yeah, had a life jacket on. That's exactly right. And this is the reason. We're talking about Captain Roy. This past year got thrown out of his boat and had his life jacket on. But this is a local picture. It's not something This is Lake Seminole. So anyway, when something like that happens, though, most of the chances it can crack the hull or something. Or
oh yeah. Because you just got those bolts with the washers, and I'm really surprised it broke the rocker arm part of that motor out instead of pulling those bolts through. But I guarantee you, he's got cracks around those bolts.
Yeah. Do you see something like this very often in your field?
In our area, not so much. I mean, we see it sometimes. What surprised me is lately we've had a lot of insurance things we've dealt with that were more like people that got line around the foot and their boat stayed in the water and they didn't know it and it cut the seal. So, we'd have to go do an insurance investigation.
Okay.
Did water get in the foot? Was that why? Things like that. Actually, around here, you see more like boats actually hitting pilings and stuff than you do knocking engines off.
Yeah. Well, again,
that does certainly happen.
That's two, we're talking about Lake Talquin and Lake Seminole, that's two man-made lakes.
Right.
Okay, so when they put a dam up, out in front of Seminole and Talquin were big old trees. They let the loggers in. My granddad logged Lake Talquin before the dam, as the dam was being built.
Really? I never knew that.
But what happened, when they cut, they cut the trees, cross-cut saw, but there are a lot of stumps. Mm-hmm. And especially as you get in shallow water, and the same thing happened in Lake Seminole. A lot of those Georgia guys came down and they logged it, let people log it because, no need to So the people got to log it free. And they did well off of it, but a lot of stumps are still there. And that was back in 1951.
Right.
So it's fascinating to me. So those stumps.
Yeah, I knew they had the dam up there, but I didn't realize that Lake Seminole was man-made.
Yes, sir. It was, and again, that's when after World War II, all throughout, especially the Southeast, the government started building the dams for power.
Right.
And I get tickled. People, and when I was little, I used to think, Talquin, that's a Native American, that's an Indian name of a chief or something. But Talquin actually, it's located between Tallahassee and Quincy, so it's Talquin. So
I didn't know that either.
A lot of people don't know that. Of course, Seminole, of course, for the tribes, they were all all those rivers that came in there. And so many Native American artifacts. That was just a meeting point. It was a burial ground and all. And I heard some fascinating stories about that area.
That is neat.
Yeah. So anyway, what we got coming up? We talked about what we've been doing and all. We got turning this year. 2020 looks like a great year. What people need to be doing about the boats and all in January?
Well, we've had a very mild winter. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure, I know the old timers say you always have a really bad freeze around March. Mm-hmm. But I would say if, people have their boats winterized, it's probably about time getting soon to start unwinterizing them and getting ready to use. I mean, it's one of the blessings of living here in our area. Mm-hmm. We get on the water earlier than others because it's warmer. I
hadn't talked much about the loopers that are coming through. Have you ran across any loopers?
I've ran a few, but typically those guys, unless they need an insurance survey or something, we don't deal a lot with them. Okay. Just because those guys typically got their stuff together. Yeah. They've got nice boats, they've got what they need, and they're really well fitted for that trip. So.
Good deal. Well, Daniel, we've run out of time.
It happens every time.
No, we didn't have anything to talk about.
Well, thank you, brother. Very good to see you.
Have a good day. Folks, y'all do something good today for your fellow man. Enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.